I'm heading back to the studio now.
Okay.
He was getting carried away, wasn't he?
It's fascinating stuff, though. Absolutely fascinating stuff.
Thanks very much,
Richard.
Richard.
Also coming up on Breakfast this morning, a new scam which is costing consumers millions of pounds. Ben will be here to tell us why handing over your bank details to companies for a trial period can end up costing you money for a lot longer.
And we'll be talking as well a little bit more about why you crave certain types of food at certain times of the day.
Like yoghurt.
Or a cup of tea, maybe, or something.
Coffee for you later.
More experiments later. Time now to get the news, travel and the weather wherever you are.
Hello, good morning. Unions will protest outside Knowsley Council's cabinet meeting in Huyton today against a proposal to cut 127 jobs. The council, which employs almost 3,000 workers, must find savings of £34 million next year. The authority's already made savings of £60 million since 2010 and reduced its workforce by a quarter. Dwindling salmon stocks in Cumbria could have an impact on the county's economy. Figures suggest that the number of salmon have halved over the last 30 years in some rivers, and the Environment Agency warns that this could damage the tourist industry. The jury in the Fred Talbot sex abuse trial is expected to retire to consider their verdict later. The 65-year-old denies 10 charges of indecent assault on 5 boys. Well, he was a teacher between the late 1960s and the early 1980s. Councillors will today debate controversial proposals to fly the Palestinian flag above Manchester Town Hall. The council's received a petition with more than 2,500 signatures in support of the move. An online counter-petition has attracted more than 3,000 signatures. School children as young as 6 across the northwest are being given lessons on how to save the life of someone who suffered a cardiac arrest. It's part of a new initiative called Cardiac Smart, led by the North West Ambulance Service. It says thousands of lives could be saved if youngsters are taught basic life support skills and if more defibrillators were readily available.
About 80% of the cardiac arrests in the UK are in the home where children might be. So it might be an adult or it might be a relative that they see go into cardiac arrest. We're teaching them opening an airway, checking for breathing, and then if they're not breathing, doing CPR.
On to sport now. Mario Balotelli came on as a late substitute in the second half to score the winner for Liverpool against Spurs last night. The 3-2 win means the Reds are now just 3 points off a Champions League qualifying place. Tonight, Burnley are away at Old Trafford against the Manchester United team that's been accused of resorting to long ball tactics.
I think they're capable of playing the ball more than 5 or 10 yards, and probably accurately and probably with some style. I certainly am not questioning whether they're a long ball side or not. I think it's a bizarre debate.
Let's find out what the day's got in store for us. Details now on the weather from Mel Coles.
Good morning. There is a change to come at the end of the week, but for now it's more of the same. For most of us it's going to be another cloudy day. The best of any brightness will always be to the lee of higher ground, so parts of Cheshire may see something a little bit brighter as the day goes on, but for most of us it will remain fairly dull, fairly overcast. The winds are light, so it's not helping to move the cloud around too much at all, and it will feel quite cool underneath that cloud with highs between 4 and 6 Celsius. And we're not going to see much change as we head on into tonight. Maybe some hill fog through parts of the Pennines, and the odd bit of drizzle can't be ruled out either, but the clouds stopping the temperatures from falling away too far, with a minimum then of around 3 or 4 degrees. And then we do it all over again tomorrow. The breeze will start to pick up, so that may help to break the clouds up more in the way of brightness, perhaps turning wetter and windier by Friday.
No major travel problems this morning. I'm back with another update before 8.
Welcome back.